A somber night in Dane County as a motorcade escorts the body of Lance Corporal Tanner Kaltenberg home one last time.
Yeah, the 19-year-old died in that tragic carbon monoxide poisoning in North Carolina near Camp Lejeune. It happened while he was inside a car with two other Marines who also lost their lives. Let's get right over to our News Now desk with NBC 15's Elizabeth Wattis.
Elizabeth, the motorcade arriving just about an hour ago.
Yeah, and our cameras were there for that emotional arrival. New video we are watching together play out as fellow soldiers salute and take Lance Corporal Tanner Kaltenberg's casket out of that white hearse right there. This scene playing out at the Gunderson Funeral Home in Monona. Let's keep it going. Kaltenberg, who went to Monona, joined the Marines back in May of 2021, serving as a motor vehicle operator with Combat Logistics Battalion 2, Combat Logistics Regiment 2, and 2nd Marines Logistics Group. He earned the National Defense Service Medal, the Sea Service Deployment Medal, and the Navy Arctic Service Ribbon, among others as well. Now, the flight from North Carolina bringing Kaltenberg home right here, it landed in Milwaukee first at 6:14 tonight. There are those fellow soldiers taking his casket out of that hearse. You see it in the window. Now, the motorcade led the way from Milwaukee all the way to the funeral home right there.
It gives me a sense of duty and sense of honor. You know, I'm definitely, as well as everybody else here, is honored to actually be here directly with the family and support and help.
Those who would like to post online condolences can find a link on our website under this article. The link will lead you to the Gunderson Funeral Home's website. That's where you can do it. And the funeral service for Lance Corporal Kaltenberg will be held at Verona Area High School at 1 p.m. on August 12th. To the Kaltenberg family, thank you for your sacrifice. Maria.
Elizabeth, thank you. And the Columbia